So I have this new MIDI track here, and I've loaded an instance of Contact. So I have 3 instances of Contact. The first is the grand piano. And inside this instance of Contact, I have 3 instances of the grand piano within this instance of Contact. And I put that into a folder track. This track has a different instance of Contact. Inside this Contact is 3 instances of the Kinetic Metal virtual instrument. Kinetic Metal. Okay, where is it? Okay, 3 instances. Now I have this track with another instance of Contact. Nothing loaded yet. I'm going to load the Kinetic Metal, a Morpheus preset. Now we will work with MIDI controllers. When I move the modulation wheel on the keyboard, you'll see the right parameter of this synthesizer moves. Holding the note down, modulation wheel is affecting the parameter on the right. So if I record something here, let me solo this track. Record. I'm just holding the one note down. You can see that there is extra data being recorded here. So if I use the command 4, open up the piano roll editor. Command 4 for the piano roll editor. Nothing's visible in terms of controllers. I need to initiate the automation icon here so I can see the data. What I'm looking at here is the strength of the MIDI note that was played from the keyboard. How hard I pushed the key down, or the rate at which the key was pressed. Louder normally with most synthesizers, not all. I would have a maximum velocity, MIDI velocity of 128 or 127 depending on the system you're working with. So over here I can view the controller data. So I used modulation 1 and you can faintly see the line that was drawn as I pressed the modulation wheel. And we see the data here. Now I can redraw that up here. I have my tools. Pointer tool. On the right is the second set of tools. They're the same. It just means that if I wanted to perform a particular function quite often, then load it on the second set, and then you hold the command key down and that calls up the second tool that's been selected. Command key chooses the second tool that has been selected. And I can redraw that particular shape. And as I play this back, let me move this over here, load up my instance of Contact. The keyboard settings, if you don't see the keyboard, you can activate what you wish to see, minimize it, put that over here. Command 4, call up the piano roll editor, activate the automation, select the controller, which I was using modulation here. You can also view under controllers, modulation is controller number 1. So I'll play this back, watch this parameter move. Now I can work with expression, MIDI controller number 11. MIDI controller 11, which is expression. So this virtual instrument also responds to expression data. Let's see what happens now. So the parameter on the left now responds to expression, which dramatically changes the sound. So it's very important to understand what these MIDI controllers mean in terms of number and associated name. On Moodle I have placed a document. Oh, where did I put it? Could be week 1. Moodle week 1. MIDI specification. Oh, here we go. Week 2. MIDI basics. Very important to read this document to understand the basics of MIDI.